Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the next point of the railway engineering topic is track fixtures and fastening. The first one we have to see the definition. The fixture and fastening are fitting to required for joining of rails end-to-end connection and also for fixing the rails to sleeper on a track. That is the function or it is the application of the fixtures and fastening is to connecting two rails togetherly and it is a hold on or it fix on the sleepers. Next point, the functions or application of the fixtures and fastening. The first function to join the rails end to end to form full length of the track. Next, to fix the rails on sleeper. Next, to maintain correct alignment of the track. This is the most important work at the time of the fixing the fixtures and fastening. Next one, to provide proper expansion gap between rails. Next one, to maintain the required tilt of the rails. That is at the bolted connection you have to tilt this is tightly. Next one, to set the points and crossing in the proper positions. Next, here seen the types of fixtures and fastening. The various fixtures and fastening used in railway track. The first one is the fish plates. Next one, bearing plates. Next, spikes. Next, chairs. Next one, bolts. Next, keys. And last one is the anti-creepers. Here is seen that the various types of the and that types it is subtype are the fixtures and fastening. The first point, fish plate, is a single type. Next, spikes, they are the subtypes we have to use for first dog spikes, screw spikes, round spike, standard spikes, and elastic spikes. In the chairs type, there are the two subtypes we have to use in the railway track. First one is the cast steel chairs. Second one, mild steel and cast iron slide chairs. Next type of the fixture and fastening is bolt. The first subtype of the bolt is dog or hook bolt. Second one, fish bolt. Third one, rag bolt. Fourth one, fang nut and bolt. Next types of the fixture and fastening is keys, and the subtypes is first one, wooden key for cast iron chair. Second, mild steel key and steel through sleepers. Third one, Stewart's key. Fourth one, Morgan key. And fifth one, Cotter and tie bars. All the types and subtypes we have to see in detail in future slide. Then another types of the fixture, fitting and fastening is blocks and plates and their subtypes. The blocks, the subtypes is heel blocks. Next one is the distance blocks. Third one is the crossing blocks. Fourth one is the check blocks. And last type of the fitting and fastening is plates and subtype is bearing plates and saddle plates. All the types or and the subtypes we have to see in detail from next slide. Then what is the rail fastening and plate laying? The first point is the rail joints. The rail joints are necessary to hold the adjoining ends of the rails in correct position and both the horizontal and vertical planes. Second, weakest part of the track is the very weakest and we have to done its work is very carefully. Third one, in order to provide expansion and contraction due to variation in temperature, certain gap is provided to at each joint. This is the condition when in India the suddenly climate change without its possibility. That time it is we have to provide some expansion contraction of between the two rail joints because of the variations the variation in the temperature. But what is the problem that the gap is create creep of the rail or creep on the rail. This is a very weakest or very uh, for problem creating of the part. Last point is the this gap causes a break in continuity of the rails in horizontal as well as in vertical plane, forming the weakest point of the track. That is the meaning that it is the break the speed of the train, and you have to intensity of the vibration is high. Next, the types of the rail joints. This is the according to position of the jazz. The first type square joints and second one is staggered joints. And next important according to position of the sleepers. That first one is the suspended joints, second one supported joints, third one bridge joints, fourth one insulated joint, and fifth one is the compromise joint. These all the types of the rail joint we have to see in detail. The first point or type of the joints is according to position of joints. The first point is or first type is square joints. The joint in one rail is exactly opposite to the joint in other parallel rail is called square joint. It is a common in straight tracks. Second one, staggered joints. Joint in one rail is exactly opposite to center of the other parallel rail is called as the square joint or staggered joint. In India, this type of the joint is used in the curve section or in turning position. Third one, it gives the smoother curve running to the track. This is the here we see that the according position of the joint. The first type is the square joint and staggered joint. Next joint is the according to position of the sleeper. The first type is the suspended joints. The rail joint when placed at the center of two consecutive sleeper is known as suspended joints. The load is evenly distributed on two sleepers, and when joint is depressed, both rails are pressed down evenly. This type of the joints we have to use then when the two slipper we have to use for the connecting at the rails or connecting of the different rails. Here we seen that the two rails are connected at end-to-end connection with the help of fish plates, and here is seen the slipper, and this is nothing but the suspended jet or for the supporting of the rail. Second one is the supported joints. When the sleeper is placed exactly below the rail joint is known as supported joint. Do not give sufficient support with heavy axle load. In previous or last type of the joint, we have to see that there have you to use the two sleeper, but in this type of the joint, we have to use the single sleeper. We have to use in the at the below of the rail joint or below of the two different rail joint end-to-end connections, but this is not used for the where heavy or heavy load is coming on the rail track. Third one is the bridge joints, similar to suspended joint but in metal serving as a bridge to connect the ends of the two rails. The bridge is placed at the bottom of rails and it rests on two sleepers. Here we see that here to support for the bridge, supporting for the sleeper, it had to provide the additional bridging plate for the sleeper to take the load at the air and evenly distribute at the your bridge girders. Next point is the important rail fastening. The rail fastening system is means that fixing the rails to railroad ties. The term rail anchor, tie plates, chairs, and track fastener are used to refer to parts or all of rail fastening system. Next, various types of the fastening have been used over the years. Here we see that in we have to use the component parts of the rail fastening is nut, fish plates, expansion space. Next one is the tie plate. Next, datting nail, and is the running surface. This type of the fastening we have to use as the over the else or long ago else. This is another component parts of the rail fastening we have to use at the time of the laid of the railway track. You see in the clip, next rail, next is the nut for the fixing the clip and nut plate eccentric insulation brush, next anchor bolt, base plate pad, next adjusting pad where to adjust at the height of the fastening as the requirement of the location. Next rail pad, it is supporting of the rail pad is the MS plate. Next is the insulation block. Next type of the fastening is elastic fastening. The rail fastening system is means of the fixing rail to railroad ties. We have to already seen in previous slide. The conventional rigid fastening are not able to meet the higher stresses. Therefore, elastic fastening are used in nowadays. This may protect against the shocks and vibration. At the time of the continuous traffic or continuous rail passing on the rail track, that is the possibility of the fastening as the loosen. That cause we have to use nowadays in elastic type of the fastening, and this is the elastic fastening. Okay. In the elastic fastening he can take the easily heaviest load and high intensity of the vibrations. This is the fixing of the rail track with the help of the fastening. Here we see that they hold the rail track with the help of fastening, and this is the base plate. Next, another image of the component parts of the elastic fastening is here to hold them with the help of screw spike. Next, it is the rail, then rail clip, next guide plate, next rail pad, next it is the dowel. This is nothing but the spring for the taking the load. That cause in elastic fastening had to take on the heaviest load or high intensity vibrations. Next, what is the requirements of the elastic fastening? First requirement, it should have sufficient elasticity. Second, it should provide longitudinal and lateral rigidity to the track. Third one, it should be able to use all types of the slipper. The main requirement or main application of the elastic fastening. Next, it should be durable. It is lifelong. Next, it should be easy to insert and remove. Next important point of the rail track is fish plates. The fish plate or splice bar or joint bar is metal bar that is bolted to ends of the two rails to join them together in track. We have to already seen what is the fish plate doing or what is the function of fish plate in previous lecture and previous slide. The top and bottom edges are tapered inwards so the device wedges itself between the top and bottom of rail when it's bolted into the place. Here we did connecting the two rails with the help of the bolted connection. In rail support transport modeling, fish plate is often small copper and nickel silver plate that slips onto both rails to provide the functions of maintaining alignment and electrical continuity. There you have seen that the two different rails are connected with the help of the fish plates. The fish plates application is connecting the different rail with the togetherly. And this is the actual image of the fish plate or the image of the site is that here is seen the two tracks are connected with the help of fish plates. And these fish plates are fixing with the help of the bolting. There's a zoom image of the fish plate is here is seen that the connection of the different two rails with the help of fish plate. Next point, fish bolts. The made up of medium and high carbon steel, fish bolts have to undergo shear due to heavy transverse stresses. Length depends on the type of the fish plate is used. For 44.70 kg rail, a bolt of 2.5 cm diameter and 12.7 cm length is used. Then next one, these bolts get loose by the traffic variations and require tightening from time to time. That is the bolted. Uh, this nothing but the fish bolts we have to use at the joining the fish plate with the rail or different rails. And this fish bolt we have to use to we have to take continuously or periodic maintenance period to tightening and remove the fish plate and replace the fish plate. This is a picture of the fish boats. The rail is nothing but the next. This is the fish plate. This is the fish boat. The fish boat is the screw. Next one is the spikes. The rail spike, also known as cut spike or crampon, is a large nail with an offset head that is used to secure rails and base plates to railroad ties in the track. There they have to use the various types of the spikes. The first type is the hook head track spike and second one is the screw spike. We have to, as per the requirement of the location, we have to use different types of these spikes. This is the image of the spikes. The first type of the spikes, that is the hook head track spike. Next one is the dog spikes. Mostly we have to use the dog type of the dog spike in the rail track. The next point is the chairs. For keeping the bull-headed rail in proper position, special devices are provided in between the sleepers and the rails, which is known as the chairs. We have to see in the types of the rail. In the types of rail, we have to discuss about the bull-headed rail. We know if the bull-headed rail is the use, that time we have to need the number of chairs is required for the holding of the rail track. This is the chairs and this is the actual image of the chairs and this is the bull-headed rails. That the gap of the chair here to hold the or place the rail track and fixing with the dog spikes or another spikes of the types of the spikes. Is the actual image of the chair. Next one is the bearing plates. The rectangular plates made up of mild steel and or cast iron used below flat-footed rails to distribute the load on larger area, prevents damage of the slipper due to rubbing action, and holds the spike firmly to the slippers. We have to see that the bearing plates used for the wooden as well as the concrete type of the slipper for the purpose of the taking the heaviest load in the bearing and to hold and prevent the slipper from the damage. Here is seen that the bearing plates image. The first one is the gauge face, second one is the rail, third one is this is the bearing plate that rest on the slipper, and fourth is the slipper. And the rail is placed or rest on the in the First is the bearing plate, next is the sleeper. That heaviest load had to taken firstly in bearing plate, next sustaining the load, then passing the load is distribution load is evenly or uniformly in sleeper, where to prevent to damage and hold out the rail track in heaviest load traffic. This is the image of the ball bearing plates. Next one is the last point. Blocks. To hold the check rail at the required distance, two small blocks of steel are inserted in between two rails. These blocks may touch either the waves or the fishing face or both sides. That is the minimum. Here we seen that when additional rail is joining with the inner face or outer face, that time you have to use this type of the blocks for the purpose of the to safety or hold the rail with the at the time of the heaviest traffic period. This type of the blocks it is used at the time of the sharp curves or in the turning position of the railways. Next, anchor and anti-creepers. We have to already discuss what is the importance of the anti-creepers in the railway track. The creep can be checked by using anchors and anti-creepers. The anchor are fastening which are fixed to sleeper at foot of rails. Anchor are fixed at come required intervals in the rail. They depend on the traffic, curves, points, and crossing. Here is seen the two types of the anchors that is used at the requirement of the site. The first type is the use that where wooden slipper is used, and next which is the another slipper that is the cast iron or steel slipper or concrete slipper where to use the anchors. The first point is the wooden slipper, second one is the anchors where to use, and next one is the rail. In another image we have to see first point is the rail, second one is the anchors, third one is the wedge, and fourth is the slipper. This is where another image of the anchors to hold on the rail. First improved fare is Ericsson Stade unit, and this is typical rail anchors. This is an image or picture of the anchors and anti-creepers, and this is the anti-creepers where to use for resist the creep on rail. Thank you.